Roy Beaumont. Roy attributes many of his accomplishments and career success to attending College of DuPage. In fact, COD has been a big part of the Beaumont family, as we have heard. During his 20-year career at Marriott, Roy presently serves as Vice President of their select brands, directing strategic planning responsibilities for more than 3,000 hotels and 10 lodging brands.
Here's an example of a student who has done extremely well for himself, and you're very proud of him, is that he's made quite a mark in the hospitality industry.
I think one of the things that has impressed me the most is obviously his knowledge of the industry, but also his connection to Glen Ellen, his family.
I was happy for Roy to study hospitality because I thought it was a great industry. I remember reminding him, you're never going to be a millionaire in the hospitality industry. However, you're going to be very happy. If you enjoy working with people, he's got it made.
Naturally, his first choice would be the College of DuPage because he had been around it all of his life and he knew the program had the reputation that it had and that he really wanted to explore his options.
Roy was a pretty inquisitive young man. He was always willing to ask questions. As a teacher, you're standing up in front of those students, and oftentimes there's a lot of blank faces. And so when you catch that one that's got a little spark in the eye, you have a tendency to gravitate toward those individuals, and Roy was one of those.
I think Roy recognizes that the seed was planted here. He knew for sure this is what he wanted to do. He gave it his all to get a good education. He was hired by the Marriott Corporation right out of Purdue. I think that says a lot for him that he's been with them now for 20 years.
We're very excited that this is the third distinguished alumni that has come from the culinary hospitality program.
I'm very proud of my son. Since all three of them are going to see this, I'm proud of all my three sons, but particularly in a way, Roy, because we're talking about the hospitality industry at this time. I've been in the industry close to 55 years. I never had a job I didn't like, and I think Roy will say the same.
The thing I think that makes him so deserving is the fact that he's now willing to give back. That spirit of volunteerism that Roy has is admirable.
From the class of 1991, please welcome Roy Beaumont, a 2017 Distinguished Alum.
So for those of you wondering, I'm not wearing the peach car line right now, but I hope you go into mail after. So just before I get started, I just wanted to say it's nice to follow my dad and surprise him for once after all the times he surprised his kids with a little award. So congratulations, Dad. That was great for all you've done. And it truly is a multi-generational story because not only is it great to see my dad involved in the school, but this is my eldest son's first time here. And Braden woke up at 4 a.m. this morning and he's still hanging in there. Right, Braden? Come on up here. Why don't you stand and help me out, okay? All right. This is the Braden Beaumont line. How's this, Pete? All right. He looks great. You can help me out? You just hold my hand. All right, buddy. Great. He needs caffeine, but if only he was older. But no, in all honesty, it is such a pleasure. It's been a great day, hasn't it? Just what the college has put together. I also say I'm not worthy to be up here as well and hearing all of your stories. But, you think about what community colleges are, and I think in the last 24 hours it crystallized for me. I think they are the best. I think we can get into a long political discussion about where do good tax dollars go and where do bad tax dollars go. But I hope we'd all agree that dollar for dollar, community colleges are probably the best investment there is. And there are so many different prisms that you just see the community that is positively impacted to a doorway of new opportunities. And I just saw it all crystallized over the last day. I put a little list together of a couple of those examples. So sorry for squeezing your son, Braden. You're doing great here. So obviously it's a place, and 99% of the folks that take classes here, it's their own money. And it's their own investment. So they're investing in their education, and this school runs a very efficient and effective shop. They know those dollars are precious, and they do a phenomenal job with the facilities here. This school has an amazing magnet of teachers. It's great to be in the Chicagoland area, but the faculty here, and I agree with you, Patrick, I went to a great four-year school, but the faculty here is bar none. It's second to none. It's phenomenal. And it's great to see some of the teachers that I had here. Chef, for trying to teach me how to cook. My wife still doesn't believe I took some cooking classes. Dr. Gibson, it is so good to see you. It is so good to see you. One of my best favorite professors. Connie, I was trying to remember who I took an acting class from, and she is here, which is great. I obviously didn't make acting a professional career, but you'll never see Mr. Belushi follow Roy Beaumont again on that rolling scroll. So I hope there's never a winner that is in between our two last names, so I'm always there. And then you think about the community that is hired and that works here. My mom worked at the bookstore downstairs, and she did a great job there. And then my brothers came here. You know, my brother Michael, who's here, he's probably the tallest guy in the room, and he wanted to continue that dream to be an NBA player. And so he played here at, he was a chaparral player. Michael, you took the most offensive fouls anyone's ever taken in the career here. And he continued that to Carroll College. But, you know, the bigger picture of that is this school has everything for everyone, if you want to do that. And, you know, for myself, and I think for many others, I thought that the opportunity here was the most affordable way to a bachelor's or higher education. As much as I tried to convince or do a sales job with my parents to go to a four-year school right out of high school, the answer was, hey, you get the scholarship, we'll pack your bags for you. And that big scholarship never came. I don't think I had the athletics that others did or anything else. But what a great deal. I mean, you come here, I worked obviously in the business, so I knew that what I was learning from the theory side, I could apply it immediately. Some of those photos you saw were at the Oak Brook Hills Hotel down the road. No, I didn't work all those positions on one day. That was my last day. I had to take a picture in every position. But I worked in every department of the hotel. So I think like any other degree here or any other course track you want to take, you know, the most important thing is this for you? And the best way to do it is to get right in the industry, figure it out. Because if it's not, it's never too late to change your career. Or what you what your passion is, as we've heard today. And that even applies very close to home. My lovely wife, who's at home watching our other two boys, your other younger brothers, you think they're sleeping now? Yeah, they are. She changed her career after watching our boys for a couple of years and took a couple classes at the local community college to be a pre-K teacher, and it's again, dollar for dollar, the best ROI that your communities can invest in. And then the last kind of story, and it goes full circle from where I am with Marriott for 20 years, but and I know all of you are card-carrying members of Marriott Rewards and no other brands. All right, but our founder, J. Willard Marriott, he about a century ago, he was a sheep herder for his family. The family had no money in Utah. He came back from his Mormon mission. He had a sixth grade education, but a lot of drive, a lot of persistence. And he had a mentor in the community who taught at a community college, Weber, which is now Weber State, a four-year school. But that person saw something in J. Willard Marriott and said, you know, I'm going to sponsor you to come to Weber Community College. And he obviously was very successful. 2 years later, he went to Utah, got a four-year degree, met his wife, drove cross country in Model T. I don't know how he did it. Got an A&W root beer license. And 90 years later, fortunate to work for the largest hotel company in the world. But, you know, his foundation was from community colleges. So with that, one other last thing, I also just want to thank all those that put this together and played a key role. So obviously, I'm very loyal to my program, and Mary Beth, thanks for all your help in doing this, and for friends and family for coming. So thank you very much. Thank you, Braden. Love you, Braden.